So I guess you wonder why BNP Paribas is part of those top 10 companies. I would say that BNP Paribas is definitely pro-women and has been proving it for a long time. And we are now well above the requirements of the French requirements. We have, so I was very happy to see the figures, 57% of women in the board. Actually, we have increased a little bit the number of members of the board, so now we're perfect parity with 8 men and 8 women. And we have to pay attention because we were almost tangenting the 60%, but there is a French law which says no more than 60% of each gender. So actually, we have almost the reverse problem. We have 42% of women in the executive committee, and we have 37% of women among the G100 top executives of the group. It is thanks to Jean-Laurent Bonnafé, who is the CEO of the bank, and really who promotes a tone at the top. Just to give you examples, we have, at the very early stage of the career of people joining the bank, 52% of female talents. We assume that actually we have to have a little bit over 50% because we know that at some time when, between 35 and 45, women can a little bit take a step back from their career. So we know that we have more losses at some point of having 52% of early talents means it leads to more equality. We impose to have at least one woman in each succession plan for a senior manager and senior position, which means to think out of the box because, at first, men said, we do not see any women. And we say, okay, we didn't explain very well, you have to find one. And finally, at the end of the day, now we have women in every succession plan. We also have specific plans in, very specific businesses and functions. Let's take an example. In IT, we have a plans of recruiting 1,000 women within IT, within BNP Paribas. And this is a challenge because we don't have that many people who want to join, and we also promote them internally by offering training for those women to join IT. We also have an initiative which is called Jamais sans elles, which means never without ladies. The G100 top executives of the bank have signed a chart, and they refuse to participate to any panel if there is not at least one woman in the panel. And a number of my male colleagues have refused to participate, especially, as we said, in countries in which is not that cultural to have very many senior executive females. So actually, this is the reason, why BNP Paribas entered this top 10 companies with women. But what is interesting beside the figures is how can we promote the gender diversity and lead to parity? And what are the levers? I see 3 main levers. It's essential to act at all phases of the professional career, from the initial training to throughout the career. And the board of directors have a key role to promote the female talents, to fully integrate them into the strategy and the governance of the company. So the 3 levers to open up female access to highest responsibilities means that it is not a lack of skills nor a lack of ambition. is just the mechanism of ascension that remain inadequate. Companies have to encourage young girls to explore scientific and technical fields and to enroll them in operational roles, mostly with profit and losses. Why? Because actually you're never going to appoint, or almost never going to appoint, the head of HR, the head of marketing, the head of communication, the head of ESG, who are more or less traditionally more devoted to females. You are going to find people who have been in business roles with a business unit, with a profit and loss, who suffered crises, and or very technical roles such as financial CFOs. And we need to have more engineer and very high technical trainings. So this means that as far as, the education, at a very, very early stage of education, you have to promote those scientific and technical trainings. Then, as I mentioned earlier, you have to integrate a Women in Succession plan, and this requires active monitoring of career path with equitable opportunities for progression. The companies need to build and to support female pools of talent, which means to support actively, to promote the personal development with training and mentoring. And the promoting gender diversity is also the duty of care of directors, because the directors must ensure that senior management take concrete actions by questioning, challenging, supporting the implementation of gender commitment, and ensure that it is translated in tangible results. The companies need to set clear, measurable goals, track progress by adjusting their strategies, and have KPIs to transform the mindset through both the awareness and training. And these levers for performance are not only for the major companies. It also is for SMEs and mid-caps, who must also be fully involved to guarantee a sustainable evolution. To conclude, I would say that promoting gender diversity is totally a part of future-proof companies.